spooky.
What?
We're back. That's
Yeah, like the
movie.
dinosaur movie.
What? No, that's from the Poltergeist.
We're back to dinosaur story? You know,
Oh,
the cartoon movie from the 90s about dinosaurs?
Well,
Coming in modern day?
If we're talking about dinosaurs, then I should be bringing Greg in here. He's our dinosaur expert.
We don't need to bring Greg into this.
Aww.
I'm sorry. It was just a reference. But yeah, we're back. We just came back from our trip to Boston.
Boston?
Boston, yeah.
I can't do a Boston accent.
But yeah, we went to Anthro New England 2022, which was themed back to the 90s. Hence why I made the 90s reference.
I was alive in the 90s.
So was I.
And the 80s. And a tiny, tiny bit of the 70s. I'm old!
Oh, it's okay, it's okay.
I'm a gray beak.
Oh, wow, that's actually, I like that.
Yeah.
That's clever, I like it.
Thank you, thank you.
So, in our previous video, we talked about the schedule as it sat at the time. It's since changed multiple times between when we recorded that video, when it went live, and when the convention actually happened. I don't know what was going on there, why there were so many things constantly changing. They should have had everything lined up by the time they released the schedule to the public. They shouldn't have been changing things around, in my opinion. But
it's difficult to plan a con.
Yes, it is. Though they've been doing these for many years now, I certainly have never planned a convention, so I can't exactly be completely mad at them for that. But I will say, first of all, we had a great time. It was Azurean's first furry convention.
Yes.
Though they've been to many other kinds of conventions.
Yes.
This is their first time getting to be a furry and meet other furries at a furry convention.
I believe, if I counted correctly, it was my 22nd convention.
What?
Yes, but the
No
first...
way!
Yeah, right, so many. And it's only at one a year, so... But this was the first furry one.
So as far as I can think of, let's say I went to PAX East in 2015.
Oh.
I went to ANE 18, 19, and 20.
Yanny.
I had been to Pop Cult Anime Con. I believe that was in 2019. And I went to Saturday Morning Con Tunes, which I believe was in 2019 as well, or maybe that was 2020. No, it had to have been 2019 because 2020 A&E was like the last thing before everything shut down.
Have you ever been to Decepticon?
No, I had not.
They're on this side of the room.
Anyhow, I had actually made up a schedule that I was using as a reference the entire convention instead of relying on the website repeatedly. It was a lot more convenient. Oh, we're getting a little there we go.
We're talking about the schedule.
So here's the schedule. This is actually a feature for the channel. So I believe you attended opening ceremonies. Is that right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't end. You wanted to, but you didn't end.
I wanted to, but I was feeling lazy. I was tired and hungry.
We had a long time getting here. It took us about 9 hours from getting from here to Boston.
Okay,
and then we took 3 separate trips going from the parking garage to the hotel to get all our stuff into our room. So we were pretty exhausted.
Okay.
Before it's not on here. But when we got there on Thursday, we first suited up to get in line, and afterwards there wasn't a whole lot to do. What's going on? You okay?
You're on camera.
Are we?
You're down so low. I switched back because you weren't talking about the schedule.
Okay, but put the schedule back on.
I'm gonna talk about the schedule. You gotta talk about the schedule.
So after Thursday,
wait, I hit the wrong button.
Oh no!
Now
there we go. Okay, be a little more careful there, sweetie. Okay, so yeah, I tried my best to try to mark where the things we went to on here, or at least I did. So I didn't go to the opening ceremonies, but I got ready and went to the dealer's den for most of the time in which I had planned for, and I got a handful of things. I mostly just toured the place, and I think I only picked out a couple of things. One of the major things I got there, Brayburn signed my calendar on the page that he drew, which was so nice of him. And I look forward to seeing them again next year. But going forward there, went to the... did we go to photographers and videographers meet?
We did not.
No?
I think you have that as the Fursuit games.
No, the pool... What's that?
What is the schedule? Why is there a big gap here? What day are we on?
That's the main ballroom you're looking at.
This is right here, right?
That's the main ballroom.
This is the second day.
That's the terrace ballroom.
Oh my goodness, I don't understand your schedule. Where's the day? Is this all the
We're on Friday on the far left.
This whole thing is one day?
This is all Friday.
Oh.
Yes, this was the way a certain schedule looked, and I thought it actually worked really well, especially considering it shows all the rooms and when things are happening.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was over there, the block of purple over there. There you go. That was when I went to the dealer's room, the dealer's den. And after that was over, I ended up getting dressed in fursuit, went down to the pool party, the inflation meetup.
Here we are.
Which was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I figured I'll just get a few pictures and have a little fun there. Then I'll move on and do some of the other things, maybe go back to the dealer's den or something. I ended up being there the entire time until they kicked us out. I got to the Fursuit games a little too late. I didn't get a chance to participate. What happened?
Talk to such a bag. We gotta talk about. Okay. I thought you wanted to show we'd switch back and forth.
I tried to get to the Fursuit games and didn't end up getting to participate. So I ended up checking out there early because I knew it'd be available on YouTube's eventually. At least I'm certainly hoping it will. Then we ended up going to the Fursuiting and Unusual Photography, which unfortunately they didn't seem to be. I don't know. I wasn't exactly thrilled by it.
Chicago missed like the first half of the panel, which had pretty much all the stuff he was upset about them not including.
Oh, okay.
There was a portion of it that actually dealt with the creepy pictures.
Oh, I see.
But the rest of it just dealt with making unusual pictures.
Yeah, they did warn to bring a respirator in case you're going into abandoned buildings because there might be asbestos. And I was like, yeah, that's a smart thing to tell people. But in any case, being in fursuit, I couldn't really see very well. So, and we were kind of a bit in the back of the room. Anyhow, in the video, I believe I mentioned the ANE variety show, thinking it was going to be Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego thing. I didn't manage to make it to that, but apparently it was just the same thing as the variety show from the previous convention, just a talent show with a framing device, presumably, of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Hopefully that'll be on YouTube as well. So I will definitely link that in the description when that becomes available. But anyhow, after that was a great time at Cirrus the Sky Dragon's panels of Game Show Grab Bag and Furry Jeopardy. Although Furry Jeopardy had some technical difficulties that was kind of unfortunate. Thankfully, there was nobody in the room afterwards, so he ended up going a little long. But yeah, they did an awesome raffle where they basically gave everybody a ticket, and they picked a number out of the jar, and everybody got to go up. Unfortunately, I was not chosen for either game show, but it was still fun to watch. Can definitely say that it was not boring to sit in the audience. And every amount of money won in the game show actually went towards the con charity, or charities, I should say. And yes, a lot of money was raised, and in fact, a lot of members of the crowd of the audience actually donated money to the con charity. So that was really cool. I had intended to go to the after hours karaoke, but after the whole day, I ended up being so tired. I ended up just deciding not to go. Yeah, that was as far as the events of the convention. That's everything I did on Friday. Next we have is
you gotta touch
Saturday.
Base with the audience for a second here. They haven't seen your face in
hi.
several minutes. You gotta be like, yeah, so Then we moved on to Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. What was happening on Saturday? Whoa.
You can tell we like Metroid Dread around here.
Yeah, I love Metroid Dread.
So, had to wake up real early in the morning, but we managed to get to the sponsor brunch right on time. Got finished within the first half hour. The brunch was pretty much the same as it had been the previous years.
It was good.
It was definitely good. I kind of wished I got a little bit more to eat, but I was worried about eating too much.
I don't eat that stuff, but there was a time I did, and boy, let me tell you, and girl, let me tell you, I would have eaten a pile of bacon, non-binary, let me tell you.
That's a good one.
Everybody I missed.
Yes. So then we ended up making it to the back half of the Furry organization, which was kind of interesting to hear. There was a fairly small turnout, but those that were there seemed to have some interesting questions, and I appreciated that they had stuff to say.
I liked how it was done in the pool area.
Yeah, the terrace ballroom.
Yeah, because the terrace ballroom, because it was nice and open.
Yes.
And a lot of the other the conventions I'm used to having like bigger convention or like panel rooms, and the ones at this con are pretty small.
Yeah.
Pretty small. The smallest I've ever been in for a panel.
Bean, huh?
Bean.
Like
yeah.
bean?
Yeah. But I mean, no shame, no hate.
Yeah,
it's just what it is. It's just, but it was really nice because the terrace ballroom was way more open, and it was way closer to what I was accustomed to.
So in previous years, the sponsor brunch was actually held down there. They had these big tables, and up on the little raised area in the back, in the side there is where they had all the tables of the food trays. And they actually made a whole new room, or at least they managed to gain access to a whole new room. I'm not sure if that was there before. I never noticed it, to be sure. But there was a really nice area, I thought, where we had the brunch.
It seemed really fancy, and it was big.
The only downside was the door to get in there was right next door to the automatic opening, closing doors to the outside. So anytime someone triggered those doors, it let in a huge blast of cold air, because it was early in the morning, and it's February. So that was the only downside to that location. Was the temperature control. But anyhow, after that, we attended Mosfet's meet and greet. Got some good photos there. It was really fun.
Do we want to show off the...
We'll be doing that in a separate video. Okay. We've got a bunch of stuff that we're doing there, and I think you're thinking of the one that happened later in the day.
I am. I'm thinking of Fat.
I actually regret not sticking around, because apparently some other furries that I ended up missing out on ended up showing up for that. But I ended up bumping up to the panel room 2 to visit the Misfits pin training. Unless I missed them talking about how the room was supposed to work at the start, there didn't seem to be much organization to it. It just kind of became a free-for-all. And you either, set up in a spot, or you walked around the room looking at other people's wares. And because I had brought stuff to potentially sell or trade, which I did end up making a few trades, I just set up in the back and waited for people to come to me. And after getting a few people who took a look, decided nothing was interest to them, I was getting a little flustered about it, seeing as how I was missing other things. So I ended up, after I did end up making it, like I said, I made a few trades, but then I ended up just taking off before the panel was over. Unfortunately, didn't get to attend Rick Fox's This Was My Game Cut Content in Retro Game. No, this was in my game? Sorry, Rick, I read that a little wrong. Fursuit Visional. I had a friend who recorded some of that for me, and I look forward to watching that in earnest there. After that, had to go make sure to be ready to go to the Fursuit group photo. So got in there, I managed to get in pretty much the middle of the group, I believe. Ran into the furry that I had seen earlier in the hallway. Was dressed as a scyther.
Oh.
And first I should say I ran into Liko at the back of the line, And I was like, oh my God, it's Lico, or Clavius.
Yes, it was Clavius.
And,
Lico Clave is the whole identity.
Yes, Lico Clave is their username. They usually go by Lico, but their fursuit at the convention was Clavius. So yeah, I ran into Clavius. It was Clavius's fursuit debut.
Yeah.
At a full convention.
Yes.
So yeah, I saw them in line. I went in there with them. I had fully intended to stand right next to them, but when I saw Scyther, I was like, oh my God!
Yeah.
Man, I was fan crushing over the awesome Scyther costume.
Scyther was really good.
And the fact that, they have pretty much the same coloring as I did, I was like, okay, I have to stand next to Scyther. It'll make it even easier to see. Look for the most green you can see in the picture.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Azurean wasn't too far behind, and she ended up finding me. She was able to stand to my left. Scyther was to my right. So I was like, yes, it worked. And Clavius is actually only a few spots away. So if you manage to somehow miss us and you see Clavius first, that you can find us that way. And if you find us, you can find Clavius by looking slightly to our right, your left.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely look forward to when they publish that picture.
Yes,
I will
stoked.
definitely be linking that below when it becomes available, although I don't imagine that's going to be for a little bit. But yeah, has been some other videos made and pictures taken from other angles and that aren't the complete ones. But yeah, you ended up doing the Fursuit Parade. I kind of chickened out when we got to the exit, because it was so cold out, and I'm a partial fursuiter, and you're a full fursuiter.
Yeah.
So I ended up waiting in the lobby, which I got a bunch of pictures at the lobby.
Still ended up in a few pictures, and even a bunch of the parade videos, the ones where people recorded the parade from the inside.
Yes, the starting part of the parade.
Yeah, the starting part of the parade, Sakanko's in that.
Yes, I got a couple. I found I'm in a couple of them.
Yeah.
One of which I had a little bit of a fursuiting mishap. My tail had fallen down, but thankfully, it ended up working out okay.
You have a tail?
I'm working on getting it taken care of.
Here. Dragging on the floor. It's a floor dragger.
Yeah. I don't like that it does that. I need to get some work done on it.
Just put a skateboard under there. Take one of JFET skateboards and stick it underneath there.
Yeah, that might be interesting. But yeah, speaking of JFET, that was what we did after the Fursuit Parade. We went to JFET's Tech Deck panel.
Yeah, well, sorry, that's what you did. Actually, I did end up meeting him there. But I went to the Lady Furs meet and greet.
Yes, I'm glad you got to attend that.
Yes, I was really excited to hang out with other Lady Furs. Unfortunately, the one running the panel here had duties at the con store and had to leave after only half an hour. So the panel was cut really short.
Oh, okay, so that's why it shows an hour, but you were able to make it to the Tech Deck
so
panel
when it was done,
quick.
I remember Chitani doing a video saying that she was going to be at that. She showed up right as the panel was done. I guess some people still hung out in the room, though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I mean, the space was still available for the full hour.
Yeah, so I decided to go meet Sakanko at JFET's Tech Deck.
According to my timesheet here, the furry trading post was held right after that.
Yeah, so and that's fine. So
I don't remember what exactly that entailed. It entailed, yes.
Yeah, but then I joined Sakanko here, and then we both got to hang out. We saw some friends down there. Well, we saw Lico. Down there.
Wait, what? Lico showed up?
Yeah, well, Lico Clave.
I mean, Clavius. You're right.
Clave.
He wasn't in Fursuit. That's right.
Yeah.
We saw him in his banana shirt.
Yeah, I said he was bananas. And then he punched me in the jaw.
We all got some souvenir skateboard Tech Deck skateboard.
You want to show a Tech Deck?
Which we'll be showing off in the other video.
Oh.
We got some stickers, and we ended up bumping into our friend Junior as well, who was there taking some pictures. And unfortunately we didn't stay for the whole thing, as we were both really hungry already. All that first sitting make you hungry. And we went out to Chipotle.
Chipotle?
Yeah.
That's not on the schedule.
It is not, but that's what that purple blob is on the right there.
This here?
That right there
that's
was
Chipotle?
That was us not attending panels. We went out to eat.
That was
went to Chipotle.
Pottery.
And then I went up to Janir's room to help him gather his stuff for his panels.
Whoa.
What's that?
You went to Janir's room?
Yeah. He actually had kind of a much larger room than we did. He had a fold-out couch for his friend slept.
Oh, you got to see Janir's fold-out couch, huh?
Yeah.
You got to see his fold-out couch. I didn't get to see his fold-out couch.
You didn't come with us.
Oh, did you get to see, I don't know, his sleeping arrangements, did you?
I mean, he had all his stuff on top of it.
Oh, so you
It
did.
wasn't, like, suitable for sleeping in it.
I see, okay.
What are we doing?
I see.
What are we
Okay,
doing
we're
here?
spending a little quiet time in Janir's room while he's still
Quiet
around. I see.
No, it was mostly just getting things ready.
Getting things ready.
Yes, he was going over what stuff he wanted to present and all
he's
that.
presenting
But yeah,
things to you.
so right there, it's a little bit messy, but the Relaxing J-Pop Oldies panel, which was held in panel room 1.
I'm sorry for here that looks like relaxing poo.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to be on camera, but we ended up doing it the last minute here.
Yeah, it's
But
like
yeah.
this new feature we got.
So we ended up doing that. It was nice getting to just relax. I was able to catch up on things online and post a few things to Twitter while Janir did his thing. Then it helped. Actually, the speaker I had brought, thanks to Azurean, ended up saving the day. None of the equipment that he had seemed to be working right, and he ended up using my speaker, Azurean speaker that I was using and that I brought with me.
So I helped indirectly.
And for that, did he end up using it for the game show panel? I can't seem to recall if he ended up needing it.
No, the game show panel he ended up getting just going with the projector speaker. He decided because it only needed a ding.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah, the music panel he needed the speaker and ended up working out well for that. But yeah. For some reason, even though the previous night there were 2 panels in a row by the same host, he had to move from one room to another room to pass the end game, which went, I thought, really well. It was an hour and a half, as you can see there, and was a lot of fun. I ended up getting to play the game about halfway through, and while I was extremely nervous, my heart was definitely fluttering there. I think I ended up winning the most points out of everybody.
Fluttering.
Although not nearly as much as I had in the past. I definitely ran the game pretty well in previous years.
Did you hear that though? Apparently, Janir makes Akonko's heart flutter.
Well, anyhow, unfortunately, after the panel was over, the next panel was coming in. We ended up going out into the hallway to pick out our prizes.
Yeah.
And when I went to go back in, they told me I had to go get in the back of the line if I wanted to enter the next game. But I was like, I was here already. I was like, no, you don't. I don't care. You have to go to the back of the line.
Yeah, because they had to pay an entrance fee.
Yeah, I had the money.
Yeah, but they wanted people to get in line. They first,
But yeah, so that was really heartbreaking. I didn't manage to get to that panel. I was looking forward to that one.
While he was doing that, I was helping Janir pack up.
So yeah, that unfortunately I didn't get to do that, and there was no. I believe there was no audience for that one.
Yeah. Only people who paid to get into that one.
Unfortunately, I never found out what the prizes were, but from what I understand, there was a lot of interesting adult items were on the block there. I'll talk more about what the game actually entails in a little bit, because there was a PG version of that played out the next day that I got to be a part of.
Oh, exciting!
So
when you say adult items, you're talking about like tax forms and like gas cards and things like that. Yeah, I know all about the adult stuff. As you can see,
there could have been a $30 gas card in there. I'm not sure. I didn't get to attend. So you want to ring up Sundays there?
Oh, Sunday. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Sunday. Oh, wait, I lost the cursor.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding. Here it is.
Yay!
Okay, Sunday. Let's see what we had here. A much shorter schedule.
Yes, because the closing ceremonies happened at 6 o'clock, there wasn't a whole lot going on. So yeah, I had intended to attend the Classic Cartoons panel that day, but I ended up getting sucked into the dealer's den quite deeply that day, and I ended up missing the entire panel. I kept checking my time. I was like, oh man, I gotta hurry this up. It's almost time to go to the panel. And then by the time I saw my time again, I was like, oh crap, it's already started. I better get going soon.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, it's already over.
Yeah, I went to it waiting for Sukanko.
Oh.
And
thank you for attending it.
Yeah,
though.
it was a nice panel, but I mean, I went there largely because it's like, well, Sukanko's gonna want to see this stuff. But it was really neat look at cartoons with predominantly furry themes, whether it was a scene or an entire cartoon.
And it was hosted by a former acquaintance of ours, or mine, Anthro. He was back at around the area that I was with Lionel, the Northeast Furs group, I believe. And yeah, they were unfortunately dealing with some health issues. Their eye was having some problems. They had to wear an eye patch the whole convention. Yeah. I hope they didn't have any troubles getting around with only one eye to see with. So that seems like it'd be pretty tough. They need a seeing eye bird.
Oh.
Because they kind of look like a pirate.
Oh, you know, I forgot that when we were Saturday.
What's that?
I forgot to mention when we were doing Saturday. This is real quick. When this one was going to Janir's panel, the first one. I ended up having lunch with Liko.
You did?
Yeah, I had lunch with Liko. It was really fun, and we went to go meet up with some other people, and we had Thai. I had spicy Thai.
Oh my! You ate some ties?
Yeah.
Were they bow ties and neckties?
They were mostly neckties. I'm not a big fan of bow ties.
Okay.
But it was pretty good. I had that was really fun. It was really neat to see Liko in his natural form.
His natural form.
His natural form. So it was pretty cool. I mean, I would have loved to have had Sukanko join us as well,
Indeed.
but I know he was helping Janir.
Yeah.
Janir clearly needed the help. Not saying that Janir's not capable.
Yes, of course.
But problems happen, and Sukanko had solutions.
Indeed.
And to think I had scoffed at Sukanko for bringing that speaker. He was going through, like, what things here's all the things I'm bringing at
I know,
brunch.
I brought way too much.
And I'm like, why would you bring that speaker? That was specifically one of the items I made fun of him for taking. And I was clearly wrong because you needed it. So I will complain a lot less.
Well, that's a relief. But
Okay,
anyhow,
switch him back.
so yeah, you made me think something like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shoot. Oh well. So anyhow, yeah, I got sucked into the dealer's den. You got to watch Anthro Classic Cartoons panel. Then you got to attend your Fitness Furs panel, which was a little different than you were expecting, from what I remember.
Yes, it was a little different. The Fitness Furs.
It's over there. It's over there.
Oh, there. It's right there. I didn't even see it. Yeah, I just stayed because it was the same room.
Yeah.
And I was just curious about the Fitness Furs. I'm not like super into fitness. Yeah. I am into
You just
fitness.
went to the gym today.
Yeah, I did. Well, I go to the gym. I watch what I eat. I just try to stay serious about it. And
it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah. And I went to this panel. I stayed at the panel.
Yeah.
And it was mostly, and there's nothing wrong with this. I want to reiterate, nothing wrong with it.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
It was mostly, if I could be so general and presumptuous, it was mostly guys that wanted to bulk up.
Dude bros!
Yeah, and it's not that. Yeah. And that wasn't, the invite was for people of all types. And
Indeed.
And there were different types. Oh, itchy. There were different types, and it was great, and the panel was very welcoming.
Types.
I am.
Yes, we are.
But it was also like, I kind of just wanted to like learn about like, oh, well, here's the kind of things you could be eating, and there were some of that, but it all seemed to be themed around building, having massive gains, and that, which is, it's fine if that's what you're after. It just wasn't what I was after. So the panel was okay. I think I was the only woman there.
Oh my!
But nothing wrong with any of that.
I mean, they couldn't help that.
Yeah, they couldn't help that, and they were, I didn't really feel out of place, but I felt like everybody was there for not the same reason I was there. But again, no hate. The guy that ran the panel was wonderful. He was wonderful, and he was very polite.
Well, that's good.
And he just did a great job, and he was very honest. He admitted, like, hey, take what I say with a grain of salt. Look into this stuff, but he's basically here to give us a start, and I thought that was really sweet.
That was good.
All right.
So while that was happening, a friend of ours was attending the gathering of the Crossing Animals, which was an Animal Crossing panel. And unfortunately, that one didn't go well either.
Really?
The host apparently had nothing planned. They kind of just did, what's your favorite game in the series? Who's your favorite villager? And then that was it. That they had nothing else planned the entire panel. I can't remember if they said they took off. The panel host took off, similar to one of your other panels that happened.
Yeah, and that was.
But they were first of all, they were interested in starting to get into the games. They actually just picked up the original GameCube game in the game room earlier at the convention, and I gave them my Totakeke shirt and my Totakeke plushie. I don't even know if they knew to push the paw to make him start singing, but. From what I understand, the things didn't even go all that well. But yeah, while I was there, after you were done with the fitness furs, we ended up meeting up back at the room to get into Fursuit, and we went down to the photo room.
Oh, that's right.
And that was when we ran into Janier.
Yes.
Or rather, Janier ran into us. He ended up tagging along with us, which at first I was a little bit like, I hope nobody gets mad. Considering, we were waiting in line for maybe like 5-10 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, by the time that Janier showed up, that was pretty accurate. Overall, we waited much longer.
Oh, yes. Don't get me wrong. We didn't wait 10 minutes and then get into the photo room.
Oh, my goodness.
But we were in line with, people building up behind us when Janier showed up. And, he was like, mind if I join you guys? And
it was
I was like, of course, I don't mind. Hopefully... She doesn't mind, but...
No, Janier is wonderful.
I really hope everybody behind us doesn't have any problem with him cutting in line.
He actually did get pictures with us. Most of the pictures he got was with us, so it wasn't just a ruse. It wasn't like, hey, just let me in front of you, because I've had that happen before.
Oh, no.
I've had a guy that I thought was just kind of chummy with me at a convention. Not interested type of thing, but just a guy that was like, oh, okay, this guy's pretty cool. And he saw me in line, he's like, hey! And then he just, stood in front of me and then proceeded to ignore me and invite his friend into the line in front of him. So I just totally got used. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Janier actually did want to get pictures with us, and he did. And it was
and
wonderful.
I have the pictures that he had got with us. Here, I'm going to show these off at least in this video.
Yeah, all right.
But so there you go. There's one of the two pictures we got with the three of us. Forgive the glare. Here we go.
Yeah. We'll probably, we'll have these on a different, like on my Discord and such. Maybe even post some to Twitters.
There we go. So they actually printed them out on actual photo paper, as you can see.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's actually pretty cool. I don't know if they offered that last time, because I certainly didn't know that they did. And I never got those, but if they had, that would have been fantastic. And it didn't cost us anything extra, so I even asked to make sure.
But they were asking that we make donations.
Yes.
They said we encourage you. Like, you don't have to, but we encourage you to make donations. And I fully intend to. Because it's, A&E is everybody, it's wonderful. A lot of these people, it's run by fans. It's not run by a big corporate. I've been to conventions that had corporate backing and were done by a con group, and I assume I know that Anthro, a lot of these conventions, A&E and a lot of these conventions are run by fans. They're not it's not just a group. So they need the money more than the conventions. I agree with you. They still need money.
Of course.
But this one in particular, these are your friends running it.
Yes, and they're raising money for charities.
Yeah, absolutely.
The money is going to charity.
Absolutely.
So anyhow, that mostly was our full day there. After that, I ended up missing out on Box of Lies. Unfortunately, I was
Yeah, you seem pretty stoked for
I
that.
was eager to go to that. I had primed myself for finding out what that was about. But in any case, I managed to get to the Magic Mystery Loot Brawl PG version. It was a $20 buy-in. And yeah, there was like, I think it ended up fitting like 25, 30 people. And yeah, it basically played like, why can't I think of it? Like a White Elephant Gift or Yankee Swap. That's the word. That's what I was looking for. Yankee Swap. Where basically the first person, you can put it back on the camera. The first person picks out a prize or a gift. They open it up. And the next person can either decide to take that gift from them or open up a new package. And it goes around the entire room where if your gift is stolen, you either get to steal from somebody else or pick a new prize. And it goes around the room until everybody has gotten a prize. And that's...
I'm going to pick a prize.
Okay.
Get up in that seat right there.
So anyhow, after everybody's picked, the host asked everybody, do you all think what you ended up with was worth $20? And if not, you know,
That's
stand
a
up.
question to ask. Because it's like, what if everybody's like, no, these suck.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few people that did stand up, and, you know, she made sure to go through and say, okay, so yeah, those add up to $20, or those add up to more than $20. Mm-hmm. And one of them ended up with an item that he was a young man, a young Asian man, and it was more like he might not even have been. I'm not sure. He might have been underage. This was the panel for all ages. Yeah. But he ended up with a tiara. It was a very heavy metal tiara.
I would have liked that.
And that's apparently
awesome.
That was not his style, and evidently nobody wanted to trade him for it. So thankfully she let him pick it. There was more gifts than there were participants. And he was able to pick a new prize, and that was something he was satisfied with. And then,
so cool.
Then afterwards, they opened it up to like free trading. So anybody could approach anybody else and be like, "Hey, I have this. Would you care to trade with me?" And if they both agreed, they exchange what they have, and you walk away satisfied. And thankfully, what I ended up with. I was able to keep the box that it came in. Where did I put it? There we go. So I ended up keeping the little wooden chest. I don't know how. Oh, there we go. You can see it's painted green.
Green.
So I actually opened up a different chest first that got stolen, but then I got the green chest, and I was really excited about the chest. I didn't really care for the items inside, but I ended up trading those away. And the two things I ended up with weren't too bad either. I actually had gotten two different sets of doggy pins. The first were fully, like a full-bodied dog pins. They were just regular non-anthropomorphic dogs. Traded for a couple of, or the new item that I opened up, the box that I kept, had these two dog head pins. They were kind of stylish, but then I traded for these two things. It was a dragon egg. And it's green. Look at it. It's green. Oh. And a dragon keychain here from Mystic Sphinx.
Oh. It's Sphinx.
Neurotic. What was that? Neurotic. Herders? I'm not exactly sure. At Neurotic Sphinx is their username, and I can't read that one up there. Can you manage to read that?
Let's see here. It says
You see how I'm having difficulties, yeah?
It says neurotic orders at gmail.com.
Oh, it's orders. Okay, neurotic orders. Okay, that makes sense. Anyhow, yeah.
You're out of neurotic orders.
So there you go. That was the other item I got, and there are business cards on inside the package. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, there we go. But anyhow, yeah, not exactly anything I would have picked out at the dealer's den. I think I did see at least that Dragon Charm. But yeah, I ended up thinking that was pretty cool, and it was fun to play. She actually was asking for feedback about whether or not people would do this for, a $10 pin panel, or a few other ideas that they came up with. And they said, yeah, please let us know for the future what we should do. We hope to hold more of these in the future. In fact, there was a fair few items that were in the mix that the host of the panel actually had made themselves. One of which I was really hoping that I'd end up with was a bottle of Fursuit spray. The only maker that I knew, Nisha, had been had a table at the dealer's den in 2020. Didn't attend this year, so there was nobody that was selling fursuit sprays this year, and I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to get some.
I'm gonna throw mine in the wash.
You're gonna? You mean you didn't?
No, we had to shoot this video.
Oh, okay. So anyhow, yeah. So after all that, went back to the room, got out of our fursuits, or got back into fursuits, I suppose, and we attended the closing ceremonies.
Oh yeah. Well,
and the closing ceremonies had quite the interesting reveal. I think you had heard a rumor about this, but this ended up being official.
I ended up hearing that they were going to move the convention. I heard rumors initially, and yes, there are one of the people I had lunch with. I'm not trying to say that they said anything, because I'm saying that before I even went to lunch, because they are involved with some of the con peeps. So I'm not trying to say, hey, they told me insider info. They didn't. They in fact said they couldn't. But I had heard earlier in the day murmurs that they were going to move the con to a new location. But I think what Sakanko's referring to here is the theme of the con.
Well, both of those. Boop. Here we go. Picture I took at the closing ceremonies. So ANE2023 is going to be themed on trains.
Trains!
There actually was a trains panel, so I'm wondering how much they knew at that panel that was going to be the theme. But yeah, it's going to be held at the Weston Boston Seaport District. So I don't know where that is. We're planning to look that up later. But it's also going to be held in January instead of February, January 20th to the 22nd. So that's going to be interesting. I don't remember what the other guests of honor were. But Brayburn is coming back as a guest of honor. That's his character Ollie getting out of the train there.
Oh, they're here?
Yeah, that's Ollie.
There we go.
And I managed to visit their table again later. They're the one I mentioned earlier that signed my there you go. They're the ones that signed my calendar that they drew for. And I eventually ended up buying some stuff from their table on the third day there. And I was just so grateful that they did that for free, and they even gave me a bag to put the calendar in, because I was carrying it around in my bag, just loose. And so very excited to see them there. Hopefully their next book will be available by then. They have 11 months to get it finished and published and all that. But I think they said they're pretty close to having it done. So yeah, I'll definitely be picking that up at the convention. You okay over there?
I got this from a white elephant.
Pierre's pink. Ow. So anyhow, we have a bunch of other stuff to talk about in another video. The stuff we got at the dealer's den, and stuff that I picked up from back home. Well, after the convention was over, we visited my family's house and picked up a few more things. There would have been a lot more things that if we had the room, but we brought too much stuff. Apparently, my sister says she does that too, so evidently it runs in the family. You alright over there, sweetie?
I love it.
So, I'm not sure, are we going to try to upload both these videos in one day, or should we save the swag video for the following week?
We can save it for the following. We'll stretch it out.
Alright, there we go.
by the time we're done shooting A&E videos, it'll be time for another A&E.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm a bird.
But in any case,
I don't know time.
we got a bunch of stuff for our friend Lionel, or at least I did, and I won't be showing that off in the video, but I will. I'll be like teasing what it is, and yeah, hopefully we'll be shipping that off to him soon, and he'll be doing an unboxing of it, so you'll get to see it that way.
Oh.
And we'll link that in the description of this and the next video when that gets published. So if you're watching this and it's been out for a while, check the description. There may be a few things in there. Like I said, I should hopefully be putting the link to the group photo and Lionel's video when he makes that. So there you go.
You put the link down, I'll put down the Zelda. Well,
Okay.
Excuse me for trying to inject a little humor.
Okay. But yeah, I think a couple things we forgot to mention. We also ended up going out to eat at a local. It was a bar actually, but it was a bit out of the way. But it ended up having some really tasty food and
very excellent acoustics.
Yes,
despite the fact that it was incredibly noisy.
Yeah, it was.
Takanko was sitting
really
directly
noisy.
next to me, as was Tiger Fennec. Well, Tiger Fennec was sitting across the table, and I could hear both of them just fine, even though there was a ton of background noise.
Indeed.
Takanko kept speaking up because he thought, like, hey, it's very noisy here, but it's like, you're way too loud. It was amazing. I've never been in a place that had it designed in such a way that other little tables, you could still hear them, bro. And it was, drunken noise.
Oh, and just in case, I made this shirt for the convention.
Oh, what does that say? I heart Pokeball.
Yeah, I've had this art of my persona wearing this shirt, and I was like, I gotta get my photos taken wearing my my custom made shirt that has my design on it. So I made sure I never ended up filling in the eye, unfortunately, but it seemed to be pretty legible in the photos that I could see, and the main point is the heart and the Pokeballs. And it was a 90s theme, so Pokemon is fairly 90s.
What happened?
Oh no, did we freeze?
Are we fried?
Well, in any case, we're wrapping things up. So it's okay. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week with we're showing off the stuff we got. It's been Fursuit Friday. It's Chicago the Fanda, and
it's Serena.
So bye-bye!